What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's time for some Band-Maid documentary. We're gonna check out SAIKI. We started Miku. We're gonna put that on hold for now and go through them in the proper order. Then we'll resume Miku's, because as far as I know, hers is a bit of a finale, like an all-encompassing one. So, we'll put hers on hold for now, and we're gonna continue in the normal order. So, let's do it. SAIKI.
Ah, Band-Maid. What a band. Am I right? Can you imagine that they had just celebrated their 9 years as a band a few days ago? Do you remember the first time you heard about Band-Maid? I was thinking, what is this name? Mocking them before even listening to them.
Okay, this was my thought. I've been assuming this the whole time, but I assume that Band-Maid is a play on our brand of bandages called Band-Aids. I thought that was self-evident. If I'm wrong, let me know, but, it just made sense to me. But hey, I don't know.
I'm sure a lot of you had the same thoughts. And then, after starting to watch them, listen to their music, the laughing stopped, and we were just stunned by their talent. We all remember the first time we listened to Band-Maid, right? How could we forget that moment? That feeling. This band changed a lot of us, and still is. But who are they? Who are the members of this incredible band? A lot of you know a lot about them, but I'm pretty sure that a lot more don't. Let me tell you a bit of their story, and maybe answer some of the questions you might have with the information that they shared on their multiple interviews. Who will be first? Let's see.
Maybe SAIKI.
We could start
Just a guess.
with the last member to join. What do you think? All right, let's begin with SAIKI.
Hey, we were right. It was SAIKI.
SAIKI was born on February 8th, 1994, in Yamanashi, a prefecture not far from Tokyo. She spent her childhood with her mother and her stepfather, as her parents are divorced. Her mother was born and raised in Osaka, and SAIKI describes her mother as a person who doesn't hold anything back and could be very aggressive. A more
That'll be useful in the future,
SAIKI,
probably.
if you will. I guess that now you understand where her stage character comes from. It's not just a character, after all. SAIKI was introduced to music at a very early age, around 8 or 9, when her mother took her regularly to the izakaya of her mother's friend, a Japanese pub where you can drink, talk loud, and even sing. Speaking of singing, this particular izakaya had a karaoke, where SAIKI was able to sing a lot. Growing up, SAIKI developed other passions like fashion and shoes, to name a few.
Passion for
Talking
passion.
about shoes, you can find videos of her showing a room full of sneakers in a series called Maid's Room, available for
I definitely wouldn't have pegged her for a sneakerhead, but this is why we're here, to learn.
Omeshu-sama members. She also loves to do her nails, and she has posted a lot of photos of her nails done on her
Powerpuff
Instagram,
Girls.
along with her modeling photos where she poses with various types of clothes. SAIKI is even one of the main models when it comes to feature Band-Maid clothes for the official shop website. SAIKI is also a huge fan of trains. She likes to take photos and visit museums like the Kyoto Railway Museum, where she went in 2016. But there is
Another thing we didn't know.
very present in SAIKI's
Trains are pretty
daily
cool,
life,
though.
and it's the only other topic you can see on her Twitter account, the Japanese baseball team, Hanshin Tigers. SAIKI is a huge fan of this team that she has supported for a long, long time. She retweets
Is that a team or an army?
every victory, and sometimes she just tweets about them. She even talked about the Hanshin Tigers during the radio show she
Doesn't
hosted
stop.
with Miku
Oh my
in
God.
2021. Even though SAIKI
that
was very
120
influenced by her
people
mother
there?
when it came to music, she became a huge fan of Namie Amuro just a few years later, and asked to attend a dance school while she continued to sing songs from all genres. Her mother tried to convince her to go to an audition, but SAIKI was not very confident about her voice, thinking that it was not possible for her to sing and dance like her idol. Until one day, for her birthday, SAIKI asked to go to Tokyo to
I mean, singing on stage is tough enough, but doing it while dancing, even like the best of the best struggle with that.
To check out life in the big city. It was during that trip that she was scouted from the same agency that managed Namie Amudo.
Nice.
We're now at the start of SAIKI's career, first modeling, taking singing lessons, a small appearance as a dancer in a music video from May J called Garden, and then scouted one more time during those lessons by her
A song in the background definitely strikes me as a Made in Japan song. Evergreen.
current agency to audition for
Think
a
so.
newly formed band. An interesting opportunity, right? Oh, I forgot something. Remember those dance lessons SAIKI took? Well, you might wonder where her mesmerizing moves come from. Now,
Kind of goes back to the Miku one where her working in cafes and getting those interpersonal skills came to help her in the long run. So I guess similar situation where you're learning something and you may not realize it, but it may apply to something in the future.
you know. All right, let's get back to SAIKI's audition. At first, she was just informed that a band was looking for a lead singer. She didn't know the name of the band, any of the other members, nor the particularity of this band. The manager of Band-Maid at this time knew that SAIKI would immediately refuse if she had any idea of what was waiting for her with this audition.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember them saying that they didn't want to tell SAIKI that they were gonna wear maid outfits right away. They kind of wanted to reel her in a bit, get her nice and comfy, and then surprise her. Funny.
What a risky move, don't you think? Imagine if he told her and she just passed on the audition. What
No.
would have happened?
Crazy.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to think of this possibility. Anyway, SAIKI was invited to listen to the band and sing with them to see if she was a good fit. The other members weren't there when she arrived, but the agency president told her about the concept of the band and, well, SAIKI was not really happy about that. But fortunately, for everyone, her desire to follow her passion and sing for a living was bigger than ever. So she passed the audition with a lot of second thoughts like, maid costumes? Really? For a rock band? Will that work? SAIKI is not the kind of person.
She's like, I don't want to be cute. I want to be cool. Did you see my freaking passion for fashion?
Thoughts like, maid
What
costumes?
SAIKI would say.
Really? For a rock band? Will that work? SAIKI is not the kind of person who likes to sing cute songs and force herself to be cute just for the sake of it. And don't
See?
worry,
I told you.
she will let you know about it pretty quickly. SAIKI will also be the first to say that a song is bad if she thinks so. Honesty up front. Band-Maid performed their first Okyuji with SAIKI on August 22nd, 2013 at the Shibuya AX in Tokyo. You can see the short video posted by Akane on Twitter 2 years later.
Wonder if we reacted to this particular performance. Probably not. There's so many of them.
Also, this is the first and only Okyuji where SAIKI wears an apron as she took care of it right after the show. Rest in peace, little apron. You probably won't be missed, though. After their debut,
I will say though, I think I probably said this before, but if their outfits were very similar, it would definitely have a certain appeal, but I think it would have a drawback as well in that it would be a little overkill. So the fact that they're kind of able to spice it up in their own unique way, I think is the right way to go for sure.
Band-Maid continued to perform live for 13 performances between August and December 2013. This was the start of a long and wondrous journey for all of them. SAIKI has always been very careful with her body and lifestyle. She is known for eating mostly healthy, drinking the occasional beer, and doing a lot of physical exercise. I'm sure she knew
I wish I
at
could do
this
that.
time that a lot of shows
I got
were
the beer
planned,
part
and
down,
she
but
had
the
to
other
stay in
parts, not
shape.
so much.
Even though their first OQGs might have been pretty short, considering they didn't have a lot of songs in their repertoire, if you look at the set lists from a few years before COVID, Band-Maid performed more than 20 songs at every show.
Gosh, hold on. Let me go back to those album covers for just a second. Where'd they go? Yeah, I remember like when I was first looking at the Made in Japan album cover. Like they look so baby faced. I was like, who is that? Is that a different person that's not in the band anymore? And it still kind of strikes me as being somebody different. Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
Repertoire. If you look at the set lists from a few
I've
years
already
before
lost it,
COVID,
but I'm still looking for it.
Band-Maid performed more than 20 songs at every show. That's at least,
At least more
You know
than
what?
7.
let's do some quick statistics. According to Setlist FM, Band-Maid performed 399 times between 2013 and 2019. This is more than a concert every 6 days. How insane is that? And their busiest year was 2016, where they performed 101 times. That's more than a concert every 4 days.
Gotta be more than 5.
I can't even imagine how intense.
No, but I mean, it's kind of like practice in a way. You know, you're playing the shows, but you're also getting better and getting better. So, like a training montage in a way, while also gaining popularity. Win-win.
This year would have been for all of them. Sorry, I was actually trying to imagine it. Anyway, they played 545 songs this year, so that's a song and a
Let me take a look at this graph real quick. Brand new made, new beginning, just bring it others, and then made in Japan. And they're trying to definitely get away from that sound. Fair enough. I still like it. You know, it just definitely has a nostalgia factor for me in that it sounds a lot like the songs I grew up listening to, but I do love their super heavy progression and evolution that they've taken. But it would be cool. Maybe they'll do this, but I'm sure it'll piss a lot of people off. But it'd be cool if they kind of brought it back for at least a song or a single or some one-off project where they did like a different sound for a second. But like I said, it'll probably piss a lot of people off. But anyway.
half per day. Well, you would have no excuse to seeing them live this year. I mean, if you were in Japan or close to one of the 9 countries outside of Japan where they travel to, and aware of their existence, of course. That's
Real
right.
existence.
Even with all these performances, Band-Maid had time to travel to 9 countries for their brand new made release tour World
Nice.
Series. If there is a word that will never fit Band-Maid, it's definitely lazy.
Yeah.
Even though those numbers are really impressive, it quickly became too much for SAIKI, as she wasn't used to singing that much.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you know, drummers and guitarists can get fatigued and your instrument can wear and tear, but if your voice wears and tears, you can't just go buy a new one. That's gotta be tough.
In such a short period of time, and her throat just couldn't take it anymore. For 2 years, between 2015 and 2017, her throat suffered to the point where her voice became half as powerful as it was when she joined Band-Maid.
Dang.
And her vocal technique was also really limited at this time. At the end, she couldn't record an entire song the same day. She had to rest a few days between takes
Dang.
to ensure she didn't lose her voice for good. SAIKI was even forced to speak very faintly for a while and used her voice only for singing. This
Yeah, I do remember hearing about a lot of singers doing that where they'll just be absolutely silent until they need their voice. Makes sense, you know.
Was a lot of stress for a young lead singer who bet everything on her singing career. Terrified by the idea of having to rely on surgery, SAIKI tried everything to avoid it, but finally realized that she would not be able to sing anymore if she waited any longer. In the summer of 2017,
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sorry. Thank you for your encouragement and kind words. It means a lot to hear you say, I'll be waiting for you. I'm really sorry that you had to cancel your performance. I was looking forward to it, but I couldn't make it. I'm sorry to everyone involved.
she finally made up her mind and decided to go for it to get
Just a quick note to let you all know. The surgery for the polyps on my vocal cords went well, and I'm out of the hospital and back home. Nice, polyps on the vocal cords. Surgery in general is terrifying, but when anything in that vital area is extra terrifying. The period of silence is over, and we've been talking a little bit just to see how things are going. I'm hoping that after a little more time passes, I'll be able to start singing again and get back into the swing of things. I'm still grateful for your kind words and for this period of time you've given me. Thank you. 2017.
as she likes to say,
At least she
her
kept
new
everybody
throat.
in the loop, you know?
With the help of a vocal coach who had experience with this kind of surgery, SAIKI is now able to sing even better than before and improve her
I
technique
bet.
while taking care of her.
Because I imagine, though, like, even when she was, before her voice probably started to break down, it was probably still a challenge, and a challenge that she probably didn't realize she had because that was normal to her. You know what I mean? Like, if you get used to something difficult, then when you remove that, it's like, oof, you know, it's like running with weights or something, or like, you know, running with a weight vest. If you're always running with a weight vest on, and then you finally can take it off, you can run like nobody's business. I imagine it would be something similar to that with her voice.
Throat and her voice. All right, let's hear SAIKI's voice through the years. This is 1 year before SAIKI's surgery during an interview for Japan in Motion.
本当にお給仕始めるときにお給仕始めますって言ってから第一音を鳴らすんです
That
け
was a
ど
bit gravelly.
そのお給仕始めますの時ははーみたいな顔してるんですけど一発目の音出したらへっていう顔するんでみんなで締めて
And then also having to do constant interviews and radio, and it's just like nonstop talking, probably.
You can hear that her throat seems to be already in bad shape. Let's move to November 2017 with the Shinkiba Studio Coast Live that happened just 4 months after her surgery. You can hear that her voice is not there yet.
Still a
but
lot
she
better,
is
though.
Already incredible. Let's finish our journey with the song.
Wonder how long it takes for vocal cords to hear. I know polyps, I think it's just kind of just cut them and cauterize it in one move. But I don't know like enough about it to really say, but I imagine she's probably still healing to some degree.
Freedom in different live versions through 2016 to 2022. The following recordings are not all from professionals, so don't mind the audio quality for some parts. I hope you will hear enough of her voice just the same.
Oh, yeah.
Band-Maid is now 9 years old, and as she created the band, Miku was always the one to present the band during TV appearances, talk during MCs, or answer to interviews.
Smart.
She was, and still is, the one making a show by playing her cute maid persona during all their performances. She is the public image of Band-Maid. I mean, she was. Because for a few years now, Even though she doesn't talk much, Saiki is at Miku's side for almost all public appearances. We see her speak,
テレビアニメのプラチナエンドというですね、
laugh,
子供
clap too late while staring at you without blinking,
2017に出演が決定してますぽーわーい
Yeah, her mind was just like in another world. Like, I'm starving. Get me out of here.
blinking.
2017に出演が決定してますぽーわーい
She even joined Miku on Band-Maid Nippon, a 20-minute regular radio
There it is.
show available on Nippon Broadcasting System.
Miku looks extra young for some reason. Maybe it's just the angle.
A sister company of their
Nippon.
label Pony Canyon. This radio show
Nippon.
aired during the pandemic and was about nothing in particular, actually. Saiki and Miku talked about their life, their passion, played some games, read some emails sent from fans from all over the world, and just had fun.
バイキングに置いてあるカニ全部食べたっぽね。
食べた。
で、係の方がカニを補充しに持ってきてくださるん
Almost
ですけ
like
ど、
a podcast, I
もう
guess,
ほぼ
in a
ほ
way.
ぼお店に誰も人いなくなって、
いなかったよ
いなかった。
お客さんがいなかったのよ。
そんなにいなかったっぽ。も
いや違う、2人だけだったんだよね、も
う、あれ二人だけだった
う。そうだよ。
そうだったっけ
意外と広かったから端にもいるだろうって思ってたけど。
思ってた。
If I was the only one in a restaurant, I'd be a little concerned about the food quality, but hey, it tastes good, it tastes good. Maybe just lucked out.
いなかったっぽ、
いなかった
もうあの時。
As usual, Miku talked way more than Saiki, but Saiki did her part.
Whoa, hold on. Word count. Either somebody wrote a script to pick up on every word, or they sat there and counted every word. Thinking the latter is probably what happened. Let's see. They counted her pose as well. That's hilarious. Yep, sounds about right. Saiki still has a fair bit of speaking, though. And Akane finally started speaking at the end there. Or maybe she wasn't a part of it yet.
And I'm sure that a lot of you hope that they will participate in a project like this one in the future. Saiki also started to talk during Okujis. That's right. We now have Saiki doing MCs. And as you already know, Saiki always speaks her mind. I have something to show you. There it is. This is an MC she did during the online Okuji in February 2021. Let's watch it, but be careful. There will be tears.
They're trying to make us cry now, guys. Hold it in. Stay strong.
まだまだもっと広い会場の場所でするし、連れてってあげるし、もっともっといい曲を届けてあげるので、もう少し元気に頑張りましょう。では、ご主人様お嬢様に届けます。聞いてください。
That was heartfelt.
From model to lead singer, from shy girl to strong woman, Saiki keeps climbing the steps of her career, going through her fears. A life-changing surgery, showing more of herself and being more
One thing I wish we still have a few minutes, but
of her career, going through her fears. A life-changing surgery, showing more of herself and
I don't know why, but her teeth to me are like one of the coolest things in the world. I like perfectly straight teeth. There's nothing wrong with those. They're probably easier to care for, to be honest. But for me, there's something about uniqueness of teeth. I don't know. Maybe it's just a way to cover for my crooked teeth, but no, like I like people with unique teeth. You know, nothing against like perfect teeth or anything like that, but like it definitely gives you a bit of personality or something, uniqueness. I don't know, and hers are so cool. It's like extra canines or something, dude. I love that, and I know we've talked about it before, but I don't know. Something about that just looks so cool to me.
Being more active as a lead member to become the hard-working singer whose voice resonates inside every maniac all over the world, touching their heart and, for some of them, saving their life. To whomever scouted SAIKI and cast her to join Band-Maid,
Yeah, for real. Good job,
I
man.
have only this to say.
Or woman.
Well done. And thank you.
Heck yeah. Go check him out, guys. Breaking New Gate Production. That was sick. That was cool, man. Again, well freaking done on making this stuff. And if you want to check it out on your own, check in the description. I'll have a link to it. As well as all my other reactions. If you're curious and want to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, start with Made in Japan album and go from there in order like I did. It was a fun journey. Bit of a training montage as well. So, like someone else commented a while ago, a training montage with the Band-Maid soundtrack. Training to get better at YouTube, but using Band-Maid to do so. And then discovering, holy Nikes, they're way better than I ever expected. And continuing to get better, it would seem. I wonder if they're going to get heavier. I mean, it would start to get very djenty. The word DJENT. Very, like, ultra distorted. If you're, like, a metalhead, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, I imagine that would be how they'd have to go to get even heavier than they are. Go down the djent route. But, no, that would... I mean, hey, I whatever they make, as long as they bring it back to the metal that they were popular for every once in a while, I could care less, you know. If they were to do like a pop album, I'm sure it would probably piss some of the you know, whatever you want to call them off, but what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Another great documentary. Like I said, we're going to go in the proper order this time. So I did Miku's first, and I didn't realize what the order was at the time. So we're going to go back. We're going to go through them properly. We'll scan through Miku's first one again just to refresh ourselves, and then we'll finish out with the last two of Miku. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you later. Peace.